From the beginning of time, man has left his mark. Graphically, first with paint, and then with ink. Nearly 600 years ago, Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press and changed the course of civilization. From that day, printing has remained a mechanical process, able only to duplicate the same image over and over again, until Benny Landa's invention of the digital printing press.
When Gutenberg first invented the printing press, though he surely didn't imagine the technologies of today.
This powerful technology will impact all printing markets, from packaging to personalization, and from book publishing to short-run color printing. So where will all of this lead? Do you know where this leads? It leads to the run length of 1, to the individual document, to the targeted publication, to the personalized product.
Anything that can become digital will become digital, and certainly the printing industry will be a digital industry.
Wow, I have seen the future, and it's worth waiting for.
Today, digital printing produces billions of high-value printed goods. But despite its many successes, digital printing remains a niche technology, producing fewer than 3% of all printed pages in this $900 billion market. Why has the industry been slow to replace mechanical printing with digital? Why has inkjet, invented in the first half of the last century, failed to penetrate mainstream printing? What is the difference between inkjet and nanography? When will digital printing finally be able to match the quality, speed, and cost of offset printing? Here to answer these questions, the inventor of indigo electrophotography and Landa nanography, holder of over 800 patents worldwide, ladies and gentlemen, Benny Landa.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you and welcome. It is my great honor to host you this afternoon for our presentation. You know, 40 years ago, I founded Indigo, and I had the privilege for 25 years to personally lead Indigo's scientists and engineers in the development of the first digital printing press. And we took it to market. Then the company was acquired by HP, Hewlett-Packard, and I shifted focus to nanotechnology research for alternative energy. That was 15 years ago. And today at Landa, we have about 500 scientists and engineers continuing to do research and development in nanotechnology in the hope of making our world a better place to live. We are working on such nanotechnology applications as nanobiopolymers, nanocosmetics, nanopharmaceuticals, nanometallics, and some years ago we discovered nanopigments. Nanopigments led to the development of nanography, and we unveiled nanography and nanographic printing presses here at Drupa 4 years ago. Now I'm going to talk to you a lot this afternoon about nanography and how it's going to impact the future of printing. But first I would like to share with you how nanotechnology is going to have an ever more important role in our daily lives.
Well, that went well. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Nanotechnology is the science of ultra-small particles. Particles so small, they're measured in nanometers. Billions of a meter. How small is a nanometer? Well, a sheet of paper is 100,000 nanometers thick. And since I started this sentence, your fingernails have grown 10 nanometers. Nanomaterials enable the creation of extra hard coatings, super strong materials, and of course, beautifully rich colors. In collaboration with the leading companies in their fields, our scientists and engineers at Landa are applying the power of nanotechnology to create products that enhance our lives. We are creating a new kind of automobile paint that will enable cars to have breathtaking luster, purity, and depth of color. We have developed nanopigment filters for television screens that will impart unprecedented contrast and superb picture quality. We are working on nanomaterials to increase the efficiency of solar cells while lowering their cost, helping solar energy replace fossil fuels to make our planet a cooler, more sustainable place to live. For the cosmetics industry, we synthesize nanomaterials that are super absorbers of dangerous ultraviolet radiation, protecting your skin from solar damage, aging, and cancer. We have also developed a new hair color technology that uses nanopigments to produce vivid, long-lasting hair coloration without harsh chemicals. Soon you will see nanotech food labels, letting you know exactly when the product is no longer fresh, putting an end to wasted food, saving billions. But perhaps the most exciting of all nanotechnology opportunities is in medicine, where our nanodrug delivery technology will enable faster, more potent, targeted treatments to fight pain, cure disease, and save lives. So why are we telling you all of this? To illustrate how nanotechnology will impact our lifestyles, our economy, and our businesses. And there is no business that will be more greatly affected than printing. And not just by nanography. Here at Drupa 2016, we are unveiling a new nanotechnology for producing metallized graphics called nanometallography. Metallized graphics are widely used, especially in labels and packaging. Upscale products commonly employ metallization to make their products more appealing. But the use of metallization is limited because it requires the use of foils, which are expensive and very, very wasteful. Here's how nanometallography works. A single layer of metal nanoflakes is formed on the surface of a donor roll. Only 50 nanometers thick, the nanoflake metal layer is offered to the conventionally printed trigger image, transferring it only in the image area where it bonds instantly. Since only the metal used in the image is consumed, there is zero waste, enabling nanometallography to cost half of conventional foil printing. It is fast and easy to use, simplifying the production of complex metallized graphics. And, unlike foil, nanometallography is microwave compatible. Landa nanometallography can be used with virtually any printing process, whether mechanical or digital.
Nanometallography is indeed a wonderful innovation for our industry. But we unveiled it only last week on the first day of Drupa, so that had nothing to do with your reason for coming to this show in the first place. I think today most people come to Drupa to gain insights into where our industry is headed, and especially to answer the question, what technology will replace mechanical printing as our industry moves into the digital era? Will it be inkjet? Will it be nanography? And hey, what's the difference anyhow between inkjet and nanography? Well, the fundamental difference between inkjet and nanography is that with inkjet, there is ink-paper interaction. Wet ink contacts the paper. With nanography, wet ink never contacts the paper, so there's no ink-paper interaction. You see, ordinary paper stocks, whether coated or uncoated, all absorb ink. The wet ink penetrates into the paper, taking with it much of the pigment. So instead of being on the surface where the pigment can efficiently absorb light, it is buried in the paper, wasted. This penetration can even be seen through the back of lightweight paper stocks. And because the wet ink also wicks along the paper fibers, the edges are not sharp. Now, this inefficient use of ink means that you need to use a lot more of it to maintain acceptable optical density. But more ink means more water soaking into the paper. So much water, in fact, soaks into the paper with high area coverage jobs that it becomes very difficult to dry. And that is the reason that high-speed inkjet is limited to low area coverage applications, such as books and transactional documents. Moreover, because different papers absorb ink at different rates, inkjet is totally substrate dependent. That means that every kind of paper produces a different quality of image. So how does inkjet deal with this problem? Well, if you cannot print on ordinary paper, you must print on special paper. Paper that has been coated with a special barrier layer to prevent the ink from penetrating into the paper. The problem with specially coated paper, good job. The problem with specially coated paper is that, first of all, it's more expensive. And more importantly, that's not what your customers want. Can you imagine yourself standing in front of your customers and saying to them, hey, Mr. Customer, from now on you are going to be limited to using only specially coated papers? How do you think your customer will react? Of course, because your customers need you to print their jobs on the papers they choose. Now, don't get me wrong. Inkjet is a wonderful technology. It's terrific for home printers, for office printers, for certain commercial applications, for industrial applications. But to replace mainstream offset printing, you must have the highest quality and the highest speed, and you must be able to print on all papers. That is not inkjet. So how does nanography do it? Please have a look.
The nanographic printing process begins with the ejection of billions of microscopic droplets of Landa nanoink colorants onto the special image conveyor blanket. Each row of ink ejectors adds its own color of nanoink. Each droplet of nanoink lands at a precisely designated location, blending with other droplets to create the final colored ink image. As each droplet lands on the heated blanket, it begins to spread and lose its water, becoming thinner as it does so. When all of its water has been evaporated, the ink becomes an ultra-thin, dry, polymeric film. Let's look again. As the nanoink film spreads and dries, it becomes only 500 nanometers thick, the thinnest ink image of any printing process. The completed 4 to 8 color image is now ready to be transferred. Because of its unique properties, Landa nanoink images have the amazing ability to bond tenaciously to any paper or plastic without penetrating the substrate. Upon transfer, the nanoink film instantaneously bonds to the paper, forming a tough laminated layer, leaving no residual ink on the blanket. Nanoink images can be transferred to sheets or webs of any ordinary coated or uncoated paper without any kind of pre-treatment. Since nanoink images are already dry, they can be coated in line with conventional UV or water-based coatings, and printed goods can be immediately processed right out of the press, even in the most aggressive finishing equipment. And all of this with superb print quality at offset press speeds. Let's talk about print quality. As we have seen, the dry nanoink image is fully formed well before being transferred. That means that no matter what kind of paper, smooth, rough, absorbent, non-absorbent, even plastics. There is zero dot gain, no ragged edges, and no strike-through. And all are printed with identical high quality. But there is much more to nanographic print quality than just dry images and sharp dots. You see, conventional pigments, which are hundreds of nanometers in diameter, don't just absorb light, they also scatter light. Scattered light severely limits color depth and purity. Landa Nano Ink, on the other hand, is comprised of nanopigment crystals that are merely a few tens of nanometers in size, which have zero scatter. This enables Nano Ink to print deeper, purer colors with the broadest color gamut in the entire printing industry. So broad, in fact, that 4-color nanography covers more colors than 6-color offset printing. And 7-color nanography covers almost all of the world's leading brand colors, making special colors a thing of the past. The Landa S10 nanographic printing press is the industry's highest performance sheet-fed digital press. It is designed for folding carton, displays, signage, and other single-sided applications. It is equipped with AQM, Active Quality Management. Developed together with partners EFI and AVT, AQM scans every pixel of every printed page, ensuring flawless output with every sheet sellable, fully automatically without operator intervention. The Landa S10P nanographic perfecting press for commercial printing applications, as well as the Landa S10, both employ time-tested robust sheet feeding systems from our partner Komori, ensuring precise, reliable operation 24/7. Both the S10 and the S10P are capable of printing at a breathtaking speed of 13,000 B1 sheets per hour in straight mode, while the S10P can deliver 6,500 double-sided B1 sheets per hour in perfecting mode. The Landa Operator Cockpit is a 21st century command and control center that is a press operator's dream come true. It provides fingertip access to the entire press, touchscreen job management, and user-friendly interactive machine controls, live video feeds from 10 press locations, vital signs indicators, ergonomic convenience, adjustable inspection table with backlit registration, troubleshooting indicators, instant replay problem analysis, remote support interface, even a personal bulletin board. Here today for tomorrow's digital press operator. The Landa W10 nanographic printing press is a 1-meter wide web-fed press designed for flexible packaging, paperboard, laminates, and other single-sided applications. Printing at 200 meters per minute on a broad range of plastic packaging films, metal foils, paper and board, the W10 is ideal for producing a wide range of packaging and industrial products. The Landa W10P publishing press is a twin-engine, two-sided web-fed press for magazine-quality publishing applications. All Landa presses are driven by digital front ends, developed in partnership with industry leader EFI, which operate at a mind-boggling data rate of 80 gigabits per second, making them by far the most powerful ever created. Landa nanographic printing presses bring the power of digital printing to the packaging and publishing markets.
So let's summarize. What we have seen is that Landa nanographic printing presses can print on any paper with offset quality at offset printing press speeds. Now, we haven't talked about speeds much. Let's talk about speed. Try to imagine what a sheet-fed digital printing press would look and sound like if it ran B1 sheets at 13,000 per hour. Is that amazing? Is that the most amazing thing you've ever seen? This video clip was filmed the day before Drupa opened as we were preparing for our daily demonstrations. We have 20 live demonstrations every day of all of our digital printing presses. Please catch one of them. It's really an exhilarating experience. This is the S10 sheet-fed press running at 13,000 of the highest quality digital printing images you've ever seen. That alone makes this machine by far the highest performance digital printing press in existence. But we have one that's faster. The W10 is a web press for flexible packaging. It runs a 1 meter wide web at 200 meters a minute. That produces the equivalent of 17,000 B1 images per hour. And its sister product, the W10P, is a publishing press, twin engine, runs twice as fast. That generates about 2 million magazine quality magazine pages in a single 8-hour shift. That makes these Landa nanographic printing presses not only by far the highest performance in the industry, but up to 24 times faster than existing digital printing presses today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some 4 years ago, those of you who were here for our unveiling of nanography will have seen that we showed technology prototypes. Today at Drupa 2016, we are demonstrating engineered, industrialized, hardened workhorses designed to run 24/7, producing, I'll say it again, the highest quality digital printing on any paper, offset speeds, and offset quality. Did I forget something? Oh yes, I almost forgot. At the lowest print cost in the industry. Now I know some of you are saying to yourselves, he meant to say the lowest digital print cost in the industry, right? No, the lowest print cost in the industry, period. Landa nanographic presses can economically compete with offset printing from a run length of 1 up to many thousands of B1 sheets, in some instances up to 10,000 B1 sheets. And in the case of flexible packaging, up to about 15,000 square meters, economically compared to today's mechanical printing processes. So what does this mean to you? In what I like to call the golden age of printing, like 20, 25 years ago, when all run lengths were long, everyone was making money. But then two things happened. One, we have overcapacity. And more importantly, two, the market is relentlessly demanding ever shorter and shorter run lengths. becomes very difficult to be profitable with these shorter run lengths with mechanical printing. That's the reason digital printing was invented in the first place, to make short runs profitable. And indeed, even with today's digital printing presses, you can be extremely profitable if the run lengths are short enough. Say a few hundred sheets, maybe 1,000. But thousands? Or many thousands? Unfortunately, not a single current digital printing technology can be cost-effective against offset printing in these crucial run lengths. And what are these run lengths? Between 1,000 and 10,000. Why is this so crucial? Well, that's where all the jobs are these days. They're shorter than can be profitable with offset. They're longer than can be profitable with digital, and that creates what we call the profitability gap. That's where you need to be, because that's where most of the jobs are, and that's where it's most difficult to make money. That's where Landa comes in. We bridge that profitability gap and enable our customers to be profitable from a run length of 1 up to many thousands of B1 sheets. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have a choice. On the contrary, you do have a choice. Every single digital press manufacturer gives you a choice between high quality and high speed. None can offer both high quality and high speed. And none can print on any paper. And none can be cost competitive with offset printing in these crucial run lengths. So if you are considering the purchase of a new press, digital or mechanical, ask yourself this question: can I afford to invest in yesterday's technology? Or should I invest in tomorrow's technology that is here today? Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to learn more about how nanography can help you grow your business and help you become more profitable, please engage one of our many representatives on the stand. They'd be very happy to answer your questions and, of course, to take your orders. I want to thank you all so much for participating with us this afternoon. And before you leave, I'd like to leave you with one thought. I hope that each and every one of you leaves this theater today saying to yourselves, wow, that really was worth waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you.